May profits be upon you. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're going to go over Aussie dollar, US dollar, Aussie dollar. Okay. And we're going to take a look at the RT money meter. It's been updated today on the 18th. All right. The RT money meter tracks the rate of change of each individual currency over a 15-week period, 3 months. Right. And I rank them and I update this list every week. All right, so we can see who's strongest, who's weakest, so we can put the strong against the weak. All right, this week, the US dollar ranked #1. It's been ranking #1 for the last month or so, and it's still at #1, but it's gone from 765 to 590. It ticked down a little bit. Tick down. That's not a good. That's not the trend. It wants. It was ticking up for over the last month, but over the last few weeks actually, and this past week it ticked down. Aussie dollar dropped from 3rd place to 5th place. All right, it was at -247 last week, and now it's at a much sicker -588. It's trending down. All right. This is my simple plan. Put the strongest against the weakest, top 2 or 3 against the bottom 2 or 3, right? But the ones that have the higher probability are the ones that are trending in opposite directions, and they are weak or strong against the weak. All right. In this case, we're putting it against the #1 contender. All right, the #1, the king actually of currencies over the past several weeks, US dollar, and we have a weakening, a weakening Aussie dollar. All right, so that's my logic, and this is going to be one of my favorite looks for the upcoming week. Now let's do some top-down analysis on the monthly. What do we see? All right. Let's make sure we see the context. I'm looking all the way back to 1972. All right. It's been bearish since then. Boom. This is the swing low, right? And this low was made in 2000, right? We come all the way up. All right. Breaking structure to the upside. We get strong. Brief period here in 2008. We all know what that is. And then we have a great recovery. Boom. All right. Breaking structure to the upside. But we've been bearish ever since. Lower lows, lower highs, all the way down here. All right. Now, let's take a closer look at this. This is on a monthly, remember. All right. This is a V-shaped recovery here. And it acts like it. Breaking structure here to the upside. Higher high, higher low, higher high. This was the attempt to break these highs. And what happened? It failed. It failed. Failed. Okay. So what I'm looking at here is price hitting this monthly zone of supply. Couldn't get past it, couldn't make a higher high, and we've been bearish, right? Chopping its way down. Now, here's the deal. Let's take a look at this on the weekly. And what we can see is the price action a little bit more clearly. All right, we see we have a head and shoulders that forms up here. All right, price comes back to look at this. This is basically a reversal formation, right? And price breaks structure to the downside. That's what we want to see. Boom. We want to see lows being taken out, which is a sign that demand is failing. You understand? Demand is failing. As long as demand is failing, we could look for shorts, okay? Because supply is in control. That's the logic. So you see that fail. We get this nice pullback here, right? That swing low to this swing high. And then we see this fail. Okay, boom. We're down here, boom, boom. All right. This is a higher time frame zone of what? Demand, right? We see the reaction to it. And then we crash through. We pull back. This is where I would be waiting. All right. Looking for a short. Actually, did it break through there? Let me see something. Hold on a second. I like to track these things because it gives me a good sense of the actual price action, the order flow. All right. So we didn't get a crash through here. We didn't. This one is a close beyond it, but I wouldn't be putting money on that one. All right. I would not be putting money on that one. I'm waiting for, that's why the arrow goes all the way here, because this is where we get the close. This is where we get the close. All right. Now, this is a big reaction, right? It takes out that top. You think it's going to be, there's a possibility that it may make a new high. It did not. It did not. So if it doesn't make a new high, that means the low that created it is weak. The low that created it is weak, and it will be targeted for liquidity. And that's exactly what happened. Boom. Right. So here is the area that price finds itself. We sweep here. That was a sweep of liquidity to the high side, and we see the sell-off from there. Okay, let's go down to the daily. All right. Hope you're able to follow that narrative, right? I would have been waiting again. I would have been waiting here. All right. As price breaks through, this is the last demand before, this is the last supply before demand gave in, right? This is where I would have been waiting. And this would have been a very close call, let me tell you. Let me tell you. All right. But that's where I live. All right. We didn't get a breakthrough. We have a sweep of that high. We take the liquidity, take the high's liquidity, but the demand, what do you call it? The supply held. It held. We didn't get a break and a close below above this. Price falls from here, and what does it leave behind? Relative equal lows. You know, that is a big draw on price, so I'm looking for price to continue down and take that low. And because this is a breakup structure, higher time frame structure, all right? And I'm looking for, you see how price pulled back to impulse, all right? And then fell from there, all right? After every breakup structure, you look for a return to impulse. I would have loved it to have come up here. And trust me, I got this on my radar. Come on, man. Why would you do that, man? Why would you do that? All right. I'm looking here, right? Because that is an unmitigated zone of supply. Definitely would be looking at that. If price ever comes up there, I'm looking for bearish price action so I can take a short. Now, here we are. Price creates a bearish engulfer, taking out the low and the engulfing the body of the candle prior to it. I would like to see price. Let's look at it on the 4-hour. I'd like to see price come up. If it does, all right. If there's a pullback, I'd like to see price come up here. I'd like to see price come up here, no problem. But I'm probably not going to, I don't know if I'm going to get that wish. All right. Swing high using the fibs, swing high to swing low here. And we see that we had a 50% pullback. This might be asking too much. So to see price come up to test this higher time frame daily order block here, this the supply zone. All right, this might be a big ask. All right, I would love to see price come up here. Use this as incentive, as inducement, excuse me. Use it as inducement for traders to get in early and then come back and take their stop losses and mitigate this unmitigated zone of supply. I would love to see that. All right, and that would give us right at the 618. That is a scenario I will keep my eye open for. I'm not, you know, I'm not going to look, expect it unrealistically. I'm just going to hope it does come back up here, because this zone is on a bigger, is right embedded in a larger zone, of supply. Okay. What am I looking for? I'm looking for zones like this, demand zones. I'm looking for them to fail. Okay. I'm looking for them to fail. So why is it not the right color? All right. I'm looking for that to fail. All right. We got one there. Oops. We got one. Okay. I'm not gonna get what I want, huh? All right. There you go. We got one there. This one here, all the way down to here. All right. This one held, but the other ones didn't. The other demand zones did not. I'm going to put it right here. All right. We can refine it because it's already come down. It's already come down. So I'm going down to the nitty gritty right here. All right. We've already touched the midpoint of that. All right. I'm thinking the next time we come down, price has already been, the zone has already been weakened, and this will pummel through. Okay. The fact that we came below this low after breaking this high lets me think that price is not going back up. Won't be visiting this anytime soon, but I will be ready just in case it does. All right. I see a buy to sell, these buy to sell wicks here. All right. And just to throw something in there, this is a zone of demand that failed. All right. I'll be looking here at this buy to sell, the buy to sell wicks here as a flip. It's a possible flip anyway, a flip zone. All right. So if price does come back up, I'm looking for bearish price action once again. All right. I'm looking for bearish price action once again here. And if I get it, I'll take a short. All right. I'm all about shorts in this market. It's a bearish market. Impulse, correction, impulse. Could the correction come back up here, find its way back up here? It could. All right. But then I think it's going to drop anyway. I think this may be part of a larger correction, but like I just mentioned, because it broke the top here, all right, took that high out, and then came down and took out these lows. I'm looking for a possible, my favorite Quasimodo. I'm looking for that. All right, we broke structure here. It's microstructure, but it's still a short-term low after breaking a high. And if it's going to range, then I'll be in the range. But I'm already ready. If it breaks this high, I'm already ready for bearish price action on an unmitigated zone. All right, so I'll be looking from here. This is one area. I'll be looking for here to take that low. All right, if it does pull back just a little bit and forms a right shoulder, that'd be great, because I'll be looking for it right here. All right, to come and take this low out. And let me get this looking better. Okay, that's it. That's it. All right. The failure of these zones of demand give me license. See that reaction? And it comes through. Hasn't visited this yet. All right. We got this. We got this one here. Right. And price just gives us a little reaction, comes back down, and then down. All right. Comes back up, takes out this supply. Takes out this supply. These are minor supplies though. All right. Because they haven't accomplished anything. All right. Just all this does is facilitate a lower high being made. So I'm looking for the lower low. That's the sense of it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, you make sure you reach over and tap that like button. Do it now for me, would you please? I really appreciate that. And I want you to subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you can catch my updates as soon as I post them. Also, leave a comment. I need to talk to you. You know why? Because I'm thinking about you every time I make a video. I want to make it in a way where it shows people who don't know my way of looking at the markets, all right, how to read structure and all. I'm trying to make sure that you come away saying, now that makes sense. All right, so I'm thinking about you. I need you to be thinking about me and help me grow this channel. Leave a like, leave a comment. Those things help the YouTube algorithm. Hey, check out my weekly outlook video. It's kind of long, but I go into detail on each individual currencies from a futures perspective. I'm looking at the individual currencies so I can detect who's strong, who's weak, and who to put up against each other. All right. So check that video out. Then check out the other ones I'm going to be putting out behind this one. I'll see you in the next video. It's up on your screen right now. Just click on it. It's that simple.